Okay, everybody has to appreciate how adorable this sweater is. It's been sitting in my drawer because I haven't been able to wear it until I had my breast reduction, and now it fits perfectly. So very happy about it. It's very cute. We're probably not going to see it because it won't stay in frame, but that's okay. Hi, welcome back to my channel. It's been a while since I posted. I know. It is what it is. I have developed this new habit where I film things and then I just never edit them. It's wildly unproductive and very unhelpful for the growth of my channel, but here we are today. So I recently said on my most recent Project Pan update that I probably wasn't going to do one at the end of November, that I would just wait until the end of the year. However, I have finished quite a few products, so I thought I may as well do it now because it's something positive and exciting. So why not? That is what we're going to do today. I'm not going to go through progress updates for the items that haven't been finished yet. If you'll recall, I'm just trying to finish them. So by the end of the year, it's either going to be they're finished or they're not. So when I added things in on the last update, I didn't even really mark where they were with the exception of a couple things, but regardless, here we are today. We've got quite a few empties. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk through the items that I've emptied, and then I'm going to talk to you about the items that I have been focusing on. Not necessarily trying to pan them or finish them because that would be ludicrous if I look at how much product is in each of these, but the things that I have been focusing on. So let's just get straight into it. So this one's pretty exciting. Guerlain meteorites. They are all done, all gone. I just finished them yesterday. Very excited about that. Now I have said in the past I would repurchase these, but I'm not going to repurchase them anytime soon. I do have the more bronzy version as well, which is fairly brand new in my collection. I mean, I've had it for a while, but because I've been focusing on this, I haven't touched this one, but I haven't used it very much, so it's brand new in that sense. You get what I'm saying, you get it. So I have that one. I also have a plethora of other finishing powders, so I really have no need for this one right now, but I definitely would repurchase it after I make a significant dent in the other ones that I have. I really did learn to love this one and I'm gonna miss it. I truly am, but I have others. So why don't we just talk about that? I know I said I was gonna go through the empties and then the ones that I'm focusing on, but like this just makes sense because it's tied in. So I've brought this one out from NARS. This is their translucent crystal light reflecting setting powder pressed. It's a lot of words to describe what it is. I gotta say, not a huge fan of the powder. Not super excited to be using it, but the packaging makes me very happy. So maybe that's a good enough reason to be using it. That's the reason I'm gonna use right now because it does make me happy. Some people might think it's a little cheesy. We've established that I enjoy the shape of hearts for whatever reason. Stars I like a little bit more, but I'll live with hearts. So I make no sense, but it makes me happy. Damn it, leave me alone. Anyways, I don't like the powder. It's not that great, but we're using it for now. I've used it today. It did blend everything into one another, so that is good. It does what it is supposed to do. I just don't really love the experience of it as much. I think the powder is a little bit on the drier side. I'm not in love with it, but it is workable, so I'm working it. Also, I'm just looking down and seeing that I had set aside the makeup that I'm wearing today to tell you guys in case anybody was interested, and I forgot to. So let's do it now really quickly. Lipstick that I'm wearing is from Rare Beauty in the shade Worthy. And on my eyes, I took a break from the palettes that I've been working on and pulled this guy out from Melt Cosmetics. This is the Amor y Mariposas palette. And so I have a few of the more deep purpley tones, a little bit of this bright pink, where is it? The bright pink coral over here, and then these two golden shimmers on my eyes as well. So that's what we've done today. Moving back into finished products, I finished a mascara. It's very hard to track the progress on mascaras, but basically once it starts like flaking off within 2 hours of putting it on, you can pretty much tell. Also just in applying it, it feels very dry, so I am calling it quits on this one. This is the Extreme Lash Mascara from Stila. So I have brought in a replacement to focus on. Again, not necessarily trying to finish this right now, but just working on this at the moment. This one here is a deluxe sample from YSL. It is the Lash Clash Mascara. So far I'm just kind of on the fence about it. It's just a mascara. Doesn't do anything amazing. It doesn't frustrate me, but I don't think I'd spend the money on the full size of this when there are some really great drugstore options that don't rise to this price level. So it's just kind of meh, but I'll take meh over I hate it. So that's what we're using for now. Now I've also finished a brow product. So this one is the Wow Brow from e.l.f. Again, it's kind of hard to monitor the progress on this, but if the camera will pick it up, can you see how it's basically like 98% just fuzz at this point? It's not really adding much to the brows, and so I'm just like spending like 5 times as long trying to get some product onto my brows. So that's how I know this is dried up and done. So I brought out a pencil, and we know I don't like brow pencils, but it's very large and it takes up a lot of space in my drawer. It doesn't actually fit into the container where I hold all my brow stuff, so figured I may as well make a dent in it, give it the old college try. It does have a spoolie at the end. This one is from Florasis. Oh shit, I did a whole video on them and I can't remember how to say it. Florasis, I believe that's how it is. This is their brow pencil. I can't remember the shade name, and it would be like dark brown or something like that. I do like that this one is like angled, and so as you twist it up, it's going to maintain that angle all throughout. I do like that better than the ColourPop one that I was working on. I found that that one was just too rounded and it wasn't nearly as precise enough. This one is, so I don't dislike this one. It's just that pencils are just not my jam. I'm not in love with them, but I'm going to use this for a little bit anyways, if only to say that I did, and then if it truly starts to frustrate me, I'll just get rid of it at that point. So to set my brows into place, I've got the NYX Control Freak Eyebrow Gel. This one I really do like. I find like I'm kind of like Goldilocks when it comes to brow gels. I want hold, but I don't want too much hold. But I don't want too little hold, and I don't want crunchy, and I don't want my brows to look like they're permanently wet. So it's a little bit of a trial and error process, but I do like this one. So combined, we got the brows covered. So on to the next finished product, and it's the powder foundation that I brought in fairly recently. So this one is the Maybelline Superstay Better Skin in the shade 20. Again, I've mentioned this before, but they no longer make this one. That's how old this product is. But she is done. So I had repressed it before I even added it to this project. I did repress it again, and as you can see, I have completely finished it. So what I've been working on, or focusing on using recently, is a little duo action here. So on the one hand, I have the Makeup Forever Water Tone in Y245, and I have the Dior Backstage in 2W. These two together are what I'm wearing today. This one is a little bit too light on its own, even though Y245 is usually the one that I wear. Did I say something different earlier? Y245, that's the shade name. That is typically my Makeup Forever shade, but this one just applies really light. And then this one here is just a little bit too deep, so I just combine the two, apply, and we've got a good shade. So that's why I've been using those two. I might switch it up and go back to another powder. I do prefer powders in winter than over summer, so now's the time to get some use out of them. But for right now, these ones have been sitting there just sort of stagnating, and I really do like the two of them. I actually really do like them combined as well in terms of how they look on the skin and how they wear. But individually, I just haven't been getting a lot of use out of them, so I thought, why not just combine them and make it work? So that's what I've been doing. Okay, and then we have two primers that are finished. So I did finish up the Annabelle one here. This is the Refreshing Perfecting Primer. Canadians will be aware of this brand. You can find it at Shoppers Drug Mart or Walmart. I really liked this primer. I would consider repurchasing this one, but again, I do have quite a few in the drawer, so I don't need to at this time. I also did finish this sample here of the new, I hate that they call it the new NU YSL Glow In Balm. Again, it was just kind of meh. Didn't love it. It was just very similar in vibes to this one, but there's like a $40 spread between the two of them. So I would buy this one over the YSL, frankly, if I was repurchasing. I didn't bring out anything new to work on because I do have another one in the formal project that I am still trying to finish up. That is the Laura Mercier one, so I didn't bring out another primer. And then finally, just today, I finished up this stick bronzer from Nude Skins. This is in the shade Bondi Bay, and she is done. Done, done, done. I like it. I don't need it right now, and I have a couple other cream bronzers. I'm just not convinced that cream bronzers are my favorite. I just think there's something very convenient about powder bronzers. It's just a lot less blending, frankly. I do like that you can get very sort of precise like placement with this and then really spend the time to buff it out, but I don't always want to spend the time buffing stuff out. I just want to like throw it on and away it goes. So there's something to be said for powder bronzers. I don't need another cream bronzer right now. I still have a Chanel one from like forever ago, and I have a Tarte one. There might even be another one kicking around in that drawer that I'm just not thinking of right now. So not in the market for another one. It's good if you like stick cream products. This one is very good. Like it blends out really nicely. It lasts throughout the day. It doesn't like turn patchy as you're blasting it. Jesus, no, you don't blast your makeup, please. As you are blending it, it lasts. That's what I'm trying to say, and it doesn't get patchy. It's good. I just don't need it, so not repurchasing it. And then there is one more item that I have added into the mix of things. So if you'll recall, I've been trying to finish up this concealer here from e.l.f. This is the Hydrating Camo Concealer, the satin finish in light sand. And I've been noticing as we are moving away from summer, it's too dark for me. So it's very yellow and it's very like obvious on my skin just on its own, but there's like so very little left that I didn't just want to throw it out. I wanted to finish it, but I needed to make it work. So I brought out this one here from KVD. This is the Everlasting, I think it was called. Oh shit, I can't read that. The Lightweight Full Coverage Concealer. It had said, was this like the Good Apple Concealer? I don't know. There's no naming on the packaging. I guess we're just expected to remember the names of all these products, which no, cannot do, but regardless. This one is in the shade Light 105, which I knew was going to be too light for me when I bought it, but I really just wanted to get the review up quickly. Isn't that stupid? Like, this is just stupid. Anyways, here we are. It's working out really well with this one. So there's the upside. It's far too light on its own. Dead of Winter, another couple of months, I think I can pull this one off on its own without having to adjust the shade to it. But right now I'm just applying a little bit of this and then going in with this. Blendy blendy magic happens and it works. That's what I'm wearing today. So if it looks atrocious, please let me know, because I don't think it does. I hope it doesn't. Here we are. Okay, wow. With all of that said, that's sort of where we're at right now. I can't believe I finished what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 items in about a month. It's amazing what wearing makeup every day will do now that I'm back in that saddle. So very, very happy with that progress. And I'm very happy to be like working on other items as well and getting to play with items that I haven't played with in a while, because like this one I've been working on all year. It's taken a year to finish this. So it's nice to just sort of expand and play again. So there we have it. Short and sweet, I think, I hope today. Yeah, that's it. Let me know down below if you have finished any items, if you're close to finishing any items. How do you work it? Like, do you do like a full-on project pan where you pull some items where you're dedicated to that? Do you rotate through? Do you do like a project 10 uses or anything of that sort? Let me know, because I'm very curious. We're also coming up to the end of the year, so I'm starting to think about what I want to do next year. I have some ideas floating around in my noggin, but I have really been enjoying just exploring my own collection and using the stuff I already have. I've been really, really enjoying doing that. I like seeing finished products, getting a little bit more room in the drawers, all of that kind of thing. I'm enjoying that rather than just like buying all the new stuff just because it's new. Definitely had a mind shift in that regard, but that is a topic for another day. For now, I'm going to thank you for taking the time to watch, and I will see you in my next video. Until then, just be a decent human being. Bye for now.